caverns deep, where sun doth shine, what hidden wonders lies awaits beneath the surface? Is it possible that there are treasure that lay on land which we are yet to find? Or under it? Join me for the next 5 days as I cross rivers and jungles and venture deep into the earth on a quest to explore and witness the untamable magnificence of Hang Sơn Đoòng, the largest cave in the world. Let no stones remain unturned in the eyes of the beholder, and may our hearts remain open to that which we seek to find. May no obstacles have what it takes to deter us, and no moments left behind. Let us indulge in the abundance of sights that it has to offer. This is Sơn Đoòng, journey to the largest cave on Earth. Day 3 of the trip. We're starting out in Doe Line 1, the beautiful Doe Line 1. And today's the biggest day of the trip. We're going to be seeing Doe Line 2, 3, and amongst that, the wedding cake also. Yeah, it's going to be good. I've worn my bright clothes today so the photos look better. And yeah, we'll have to see how the day goes because so far everything's been magnificent and it just keeps getting better. Had crepes and noodles for breakfast. And we're just packed and ready to be on our way. Awesome. So good. Doe Line 1 is named Watch Out for Dinosaurs, and it was going to be a topsy-turvy rock scramble to the top. But the tactile aspect of caving is my favorite part. For months prior, my mother constantly joked that if I gained too much weight in Vietnam prior to the trip hanging out with my grandma, that I might not fit through some of the gaps in this cave. My grandma fed me 3 gorgeous coma-inducing meals a day, and I drank nothing but coconut water for the entire month. Needless to say, I was about to be seriously challenged. Cometh the narrow passage, I felt like a crab in his element. Oh, mamma mia. Barely fitting through that. Doline 1 is the way it is due to the collapsed ceiling creating a skylight, which lets light and water in. This allows a rainforest to grow inside this part of the cave. I can't help but feel like I was walking around in a terrarium. The flora here looked perfectly comfy in their home amongst their ancient rocky friends. The lighting conditions constantly changed depending on the position of the sun, and the mistiness created some really cool ambient. This spot alone had its own weather system of clouds and water constantly dripped from the very top. Then there was the wedding cake, who was a gigantic stalagmite rising above the rainforest. I can't get over the fact that all of this occurred for millions of years without our notice. But then again, this is a cave older than mankind. To think that everything which happened with our entire species occurred within the formation of this wedding cake. How minuscule we are amongst it all. So onwards we go towards Doline 2, named the Garden of Edam. It's a lush primeval forest underneath a very large doline. During the 2009 expedition with the initial surveyors, the team thought that they had come upon the exit. However, they soon realized that they were still well inside the cave. At this point in the journey, we are between 3 to 4 kilometers through Sơn Đoòng, just about halfway through the total known length of this cave. Even at this point, it was already 3 to 4 times larger than Deer Cave in Malaysia, which was the largest known cave at the time of Sơn Đoong's discovery. To this day, Sơn Đoòng is still not fully explored. New branches and passages to other cave systems are still being discovered. In 2019, an underground river was found to be connected to the nearby cave of Hang Sơn, which increased its volume by 1.6 million cubic meters. In the remoteness and geological conditions of the Phong Nha Kẻ Bàng region, it is entirely possible that even larger caves lay undiscovered. Perhaps it is in this region that we shall find the passage to the center of the earth, that lost continent which had only previously been found beneath the surface of our minds. The move from a dead city to this has been a wild change of scenery, and yet there was more to come. It's no Eden, but something about it feels like a return. The terrace-like stairways towards some vague notion of greenness and light in the distance. The ascension to Edam awaits. Welcome to the Garden of Edam. That's Edam, the cheese, not the biblical garden. And yeah, it's a rainforest inside doe line 2, which is the biggest of our doe lines. You can see the whole shape there, and it is absolutely very lush. Final day of the Sơn Đoòng trip. We're getting strapped up to go to the Great Wall of Vietnam. And yeah, look at our breakfast view. That was stunning. But yeah, we'll get on our way soon and climb that 90-meter or something wall. My backpack is filled with loot that took me a long time to acquire. Camera gear and such. I'm deep into the plot. 9 kilometers worth of cave. What are diamonds if not the friends we make along the way, served on a platter of finely composed video clips? Or that fleeting moment of raw presence that would make Bukowski yearn in his grave? I never got to play Minecraft as a kid. For a long time it was the wildest object of my desire. I wasn't able to obtain a copy of the game until I was 18. By then, I had forgotten I wanted it in the first place.
One of the advantages of this one. Forming the tiny cave corals, and then it's rolling and stick with another one.
So many things we once wanted as children we can now have as adults, but the desire for it has long faded with the times. that loss appears to me to be as great as the open chambers which lays before my eyes, and in a sort of serendipitous way, it is. Absolute loss does not seem to be the ways of this world, and some equivalence ought be gained. Here I am in a cave, and taking something out of it, metaphorical diamonds and all. It does not always return to us in the form we expect it to, or want it to, but nevertheless, the arbitrary values of a loss finds its way back like rainfall on the sea. I find that one could understand this and still feel as if a catcher in the rye, and that's okay. Let's pour some spirits on the earth to lost childhood dreams. May we be open to seeing the transitions of winter to spring and nurture the seedlings growing in the ashes of a wildfire.
Some people over there, some people over there. There's some people shooting.
Nặng quá, chìm thuyền luôn rồi. Deep inside the water with the crew, sitting on the raft. The Great Wall of Vietnam is a 90-meter-high flowstone-coated wall. Flowstone forms as sheets or curtains from water flowing over walls or floors. The result in this case is a behemoth of an obstacle that tapers off like a log function. The top of the wall cannot be seen from the bottom. To get there, we must row ourselves down the Passchendaele Passage. This passage is a muddy trench, but post-rainfall it fills up into a 500 meters long lake. This is how it feels to float down the river Styx with the homies. We're underground, going to the other side. This section has been hyped up by the guides as the most challenging bit of the trip, and we are finally ready. I'm not a huge fan of great heights, and that is why I am a huge fan of great heights. Adrenaline is a hell of a drug.
Enjoy the flying.
Thank you. Oh, what? And just like so, I had conquered the Great Wall of Vietnam.
It's a goulash.
Marcus, POV, you're eating baguette and ragu in a cave.
They have this, the goulash they call.
As the exit looms in the distance, I would like to take this moment to express my gratitude to friends past, present, and future, with us and not with us, to friends whom we may not cross paths with again, the inevitable divergence of our paths, the rendering of intersections to be few and far between. I carry you all in my heart with every step. I see you in the current of the rivers and in the depths of the earth. No stones tossed lay untouched at the bottom of the lake. To my crewmates, Diego, Nadine, Marcus, Lou, Charles, Chang, Dustin, Kate, Carlos, I could not ask for a better team to share this adventure with. Every moment with you all has been a pleasure. To the crew who stood by my side throughout this expedition, Oxalis Adventure, guides, porters, safety team, and cooks, you make it good. You make it possible. Thank you. To my family, who always encouraged me to undertake grand adventures, this video is dedicated to you. In these moments, I long to be home again. I'll be home for dinner.
Song